live. Yep, we're live.
What's your name? Master said my name be Mary.
IB, Mandingo warrior.
No, you gonna find yourself with a sucker.
They didn't mention that there was another strong brother out there around that time by the name of Brother Malcolm X. And on the day that he died, it had a profound effect upon our black folks. See, that's one of the reasons why it's important for us to break down this mental condition of slavery. Because if we knew what we went through back then, we would never again allow it to be repeated. We can't allow this stuff to break us. See, it just makes me sick when I see our people hating each other over nonsense, looking like some crabs in a barrel. And this light-skinned, dark-skinned mess is just ridiculous.
No one told you to stand in my way. You just wished you had hair like this.
That's okay. I didn't want to join your wannabe sorority anyway.
Child, I remember this girl about your uncle's son, Samuel.
Samuel? Who's that? I thought his name was G Money.
Now, boy, you know good and darn well that boy ain't got no money. It should have been G broke.
Word, that's what's up. And boy, put those pants up.
Don't touch me.
Where your belt at?
I don't need no belt.
No, not
No,
today,
Pops, why you
not
always be
today.
tripping?
Stop
Ah!
Well, you don't know.
Hey,
No,
no, calm
listen.
down. Calm down.
No.
How do you know so much, Grandma?
Well, see, my mother felt as though it was very important for our black community to never forget, just as well as the Jewish community to never forget. So she made me study and learn the history of our people so that it would never happen again.
Juneteenth, we free, Juneteenth.
Nice. Very nice.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks again for joining me on the Lampo Show podcast. I am Tina Lampo, entrepreneur, digital content creator, and your host. Tonight on the Lampo Show podcast, I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Michael Jones and his cast for their new and upcoming movie, Never Again, which is a timeline about history of the mental conditioning of slavery. So, Mr. Michael Jones, we're going to get started with you. So, Mr. Michael Jones is a man of many hats. He's a registered architect, a college professor, published author, playwright, filmmaker, director, producer, and he also has toured with 3 gospel stage plays. So, Mr. Michael, can you tell us how you became a registered architect?
Well, first, I would like to say I'm humbly so grateful to be here with you today. And I became an architect. Um, it was like something pulled me towards that when I was in high school. I took a drafting class, and my teacher, I love him to death. He was a member of the Commodores a long time ago. He was a drafting teacher, and he taught me how to draft. I just took the class. I didn't really know too much about it, but I loved him, so I loved drafting. And when I graduated high school, I decided that I wanted to continue drafting as a career. So that got me into architecture. I
Okay.
started with art first, and then I went to Atlanta, went to architecture, and graduated in architecture.
Okay. So how did you get into writing plays?
Well, my plays came from my book, and
Okay.
I wrote the book $1 at a time. And the book came from a dream I had in 1995, kind of dates me. 1995, I had a dream living in Atlanta, Morris Brown, Southern Tech. I was in Atlanta. And I had a dream that I was talking to a lot of nonprofit organizations in Atlanta, and I was asking them who funds them. It was a nonprofit organization. And they were all telling me that Coca-Cola and AT&T and MCI fund them for their nonprofits. So I was like, well, we're in Atlanta. Why aren't Black folks sponsoring, the kids and the after-school programs and the things we need to do in Atlanta? And they were like, well, they're just not helping us. So I was like, okay, what I'm going to do, I was young in 1995. I was like, I'm going to raise $1 million, $1 at a time from all people in Atlanta, $1 per person. And I'm going to put it in the bank as it comes together. We'll donate it to one organization called Brightside Academy, organization in Atlanta, help after school program for kids. And we're going to give it to one organization to show what we can and are willing to do $1 at a time.
So why did you choose $1 at a time and not 5 or 10?
Well, I was thinking about how to fundraise, and it's easier to get, in my opinion, at the time, I was thinking it was easier to get $1 million, $1 per person, than trying to ask one person for $1 million. So
Makes sense.
I'm thinking, I'm in Atlanta, Chocolate City. We got all these Black folks, engineers, architects, lawyers, doctors, Holyfield, all these people in Atlanta. We could do this. I was young.
So were you able to do it? Raise the $1 million?
Well, we raised a little over $4,000 for the whole year.
Wow.
I was on street corners. I had about 100 people with me, flyers and posters and organization after organization. And what was so important about that movement in Atlanta is I kept a daily journal. Every day I was speaking to organizations, small groups, large groups. I kept a daily journal of what it was like talking to my brothers and sisters, asking for just $1. Interesting year. And at the end of the year, we donated the $4,000 to the organization. And someone came up and said, you know what? You need to put it in perspective. I didn't know what they were talking about. I was just depressed because we didn't raise any money really. And they're like, put in perspective that they primarily, white folks in America have had 400 years of creating economics and wealth and passing on generational wealth, writing books about economics, teaching their kids about economics. And we have had 40 to 60 years from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and the civil rights in the 60s until now. So when you're comparing 400 years to 40 or 60 years, that's like comparing an adult to a child. And if you give a child something they never had, a brand new shiny toy for the very first time in their lives, you see them misuse it, misabuse it, and they never had the coping skill that came with owning it. So you see us as children with our new wealth for the very first time, and you see us losing our wealth for the very first time. They know how to invest. They can pass on wealth.
Exactly.
So I compiled a journal, and someone said, you need to put this into a book. I'm like, I don't know how to write a book. So I learned real fast. I put it into a book, put it all together. 4 years later, from 1996 to 2000, I compiled the research and uncovered the mental conditioning of slavery. From light skin, dark skin, long hair, short hair, and all the issues we need to get rid of to love one another the way God wants us to. So I compiled a book and I called it $1 at a time, which based on the movement that we were doing. And I published a book, 2000, did a book tour from 2000, 2001. And someone came to me and said, you know what? I love your book, but have you ever thought about writing a play? Because Black folks don't read.
Wow.
I didn't want to hear that. But I took him up on it. And I wrote my first play called Never Again from the book. In 2002, we did it on stage and sold out my very first show.
So where did you tour at? What places did you tour?
I came to Augusta in 2000. So we did the Imperial Theater in Augusta at 850 seats. And that's been the high I've been chasing ever since. And we did Warner Robins, Georgia, Athens, Georgia, Hartsfield, South Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina, Fort Gordon, Georgia, so many cities. Warner Robins.
Now wait a minute.
Athens.
You didn't go to Mississippi. Hold on now.
No, well, the farthest we went out, we went to Alabama. We went to Gadsden, Alabama. That was 8 hours. I mean, I had a tour bus, and we can go out and come back. So we were 8 hours from Augusta, and we toured all the way up into 2018, from 2002. And now I've turned my first play into a movie called Never Again. Yes,
let's get into it. Tell us about this movie, Never Again. Wow.
This movie, and I got my actors here. This movie is, it was fun putting this together. This movie it's a timeline of history. It takes you on a journey. I mean, you're gonna cry, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna giggle, you're gonna learn something, and be angry at some parts. It's a journey. It's like a roller coaster of emotion. That the scenes start out on the plantation, and it goes from Negro Baseball League to Vietnam, through people hating on each other on the college campus, to a cop shooting an unarmed Black man, through Malcolm X, through Martin Luther King. It's a whole timeline as the grandmother is explaining all this to her grandson, because he don't know anything about mental conditioning. And they're like, and a lot of people say, oh, that's slavery, that's old news, forget all that. But it affects us today, because we're doing exactly what the slaves were taught on the plantation. We hating on each other, light skin, dark skin, long hair, short hair. We get a little money. We got Supreme Court justices don't even want to look back at where they came from and pull us back up. I mean, we got people that get a little something and run across the street and forget they came from the projects too. And, we need to pull up each other. It takes a village to raise a child. We need to all help each other. That's the only way we're going to support and we're going to survive, if we survive together.
Okay. So tell us about your cast. I'm ready to meet the cast.
Okay, well, we got Jonathan. Oh gosh, this young man is awesome. I mean, you would think he's like 15, 16 years old. he's old and wise for his years. Great student in school. I mean, awesome. And he knew the whole script before we even started filming. I mean, and he's awesome. He's 12 years old, and probably had to tell his age. But Jonathan, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us about what your experiences with being in this movie, your first movie.
They were kind of stressful because, I was scared. Like, I was a little camera shy to get on the camera. And I didn't know that it's an artist to make a movie, because I did plays in school and stuff like that. but I never made a movie. This is my first time ever making a movie. And I didn't know it took all that to where it took like months and weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's the grandson, right?
Yeah, and then we have the grandma. Who,
Come on, grandma.
I mean, grandma, I gotta give it to her. This woman fed the cast. She came every time. She helped out with the wardrobe. She helped out with all kinds of things. And she's the glue that kept it all together. I mean, she is awesome.
Well, that's
And
even
she
in real
giggles.
life, they tell you, the grandmother is who keeps the family together. And
Oh,
once
yeah.
the grandma passes
Right.
away, the family falls apart. So
Oh, yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
she can cook. This grandma can cook. I mean, she fed the cast, and we love that food.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So grandma,
So-
what was your experience with making the movie?
Well, I came in a little later than some other actors, so I had to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
But once Mike gave me the script and I got comfortable with everybody, because the cast was lovely. Everybody clicked, it was just like a family affair. So once me and Jonathan, which is Darius, we got together and we started practicing together and everything and started putting things in perspective. Now, at first, I'm about like Darius. I thought it was a little stressful too, because it looked like I had to remember a book. And they got times where I was like, I don't know if my little brain can handle this, because it is also my first film.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done stage plays. The stage play is totally different than the film. But we all got together. We had a ball. It was like a good learning experience, because a lot of stuff that I end up learning, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like, wow, I knew they did us bad, but I didn't know quite how bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. And beyond all of that, I just enjoyed it. And every time I could get there to practice or to be, entwined in something, I was willing to be there just to be around the cast, really. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got Varian. Oh man, this brother, this the next Denzel. I mean, this brother has got natural instinct. He played in the movie about 5 different roles.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, he's awesome. He's dramatic. Oh, he threw in stuff that I didn't even write in the script. He was like, yeah, you're going to love him in these scenes. So, Varian, you're here?
Hey, how everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
All right.
I'm good. So, I play about 5 different roles in the movie. Everything was all new to me. So everything was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
I had a fun time doing it, enjoying everything with the cast members and with Mike Jones, how Mike Jones taught everybody, things about acting. So It was a great learning experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, and his wife, Dorian, I can't miss her. I mean, now this sister she drove hours to come to the filming, to rehearsals. She was the first one there and last one leave. The perfect. She know I'm gonna call her Angela Bassett, because she is awesome. Oh, in every scene she crying. This sister can cry. She make you want to. It's like, and I'm like, cut, do it again. She didn't complain, wipe the tears, just do it again. I'm like, cut, do it again. Cut, do it again. She was ready for it every time. She's awesome. Dorian, tell them about your experience.
Well, like everyone else, I was nervous too, but the cast made me feel welcome. And Mike, you were a great teacher. You were. And I just have to take my hat off to you because I knew nothing. And it was just a good experience because I can relate to my character because I'm like that with my children, far as overprotective. I gotta cut the apron string, but and I pray for them and I'm just the character was me. It was made for me. And it was just awesome. It was. Everybody was just so nice and we just like everybody said, we just had a lot of fun. Yeah. And it took the stress off. Stress off all of us.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, she's awesome. And I can't forget Angel. Angel, oh, this young sister is she is rising high. She's doing so many plays and she's gonna be picked up. This is the next Beyonce. And she sings too.
Well, come
She
on,
is
B.
awesome. Angel Divine. Angel, you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Tell them about your experiences and what all you've been doing.
I've been doing theater since I was in elementary school, but this was my first
Awesome.
time. Yeah, this was my first time doing a film. And I'm glad that it was with him because he's not only a director, but he was also a teacher. And if he saw he set the bar over where we can go. So he helped us reach our limits, our full potential. And so this was a great learning experience for me. And I'm glad that my first film was with him because he's such a great director.
Awesome.
Of treating us like peers and also being a teacher. So this is
Look, he's not a professor for nothing now.
Well, I was a professor. I
Well,
teach
he
fifth
wasn't a
grade
professor
now.
for nothing now.
I actually teach fifth grade now.
But it was a really fun experience.
Yes. She is, and she cries. Oh God. You gotta see her cry. And Tim, funny man, Tim.
What's up, peoples? What's up?
He kept us rolling. It's always like, that's Tim. Oh, Tim is awesome. He was actually in When God Calls We Answer, my last stage play.
Mm-hmm.
He's a comedian. It's like, Tim, I need you to pick up something. He can pick it up, run to me. He's like, he never complains. He do this. He's like always over the place. So Tim, what are you up to now?
Well, I do have a lot going on. Now that's a vague question, Mike, because you know.
Well, tell them about your experiences with the movie.
Well, I definitely enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. I had a blast meeting everybody, working with everybody, getting to know all the different personalities. I like the fact that we were able to play several roles because it basically reminded me that no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, you can always end up being anybody, end up doing anything. Sometimes it's your situations, it's your surroundings that mold who you are, or sometimes it's your friends, it's the company you keep that influence what you might end up doing. Yes. So you always got to be mindful of where we are, what we do, how we think, the decisions we make, because you never know what decision you do today might dramatically change tomorrow, so.
Right.
I definitely learned a lot. Like Mike said, man, I did his last stage play, God Calls When You Answer. Then it was another play I did with Mike a few years ago.
Were you in 40 Acres, Who Stole the Mule?
It was that one. I think it had to be that one because that was when we was at the man, we've been so many different places. I remember when we started back at like convention centers, we used to have practices there, and it's amazing how you don't know where you're gonna end up a year from now or 2 years from now. When I was doing the stage play, I was like, this seems like a cool guy. I met him at a flea market, passing out DVDs and stuff. I was in there, I was like, hey, I was like, I sing, I rap, I'm an actor. You doing acting? He's like, yeah, come to my interviews. I was like, okay, well, showed up. Next thing you know, I'm in a movie. I'm like, okay, make one step, he'll make two. Hey, what they say? One step turned into two, turned into four, and next thing you know, we on TV.
Preaching now. All preaching.
Saying. Learned so much. We got to meet people that was already in the business that gave us like secrets and tips that we wouldn't normally not know. Sometimes what you know is affected by who you know. They say,
Most definitely.
it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's really both of them, And unless you experience it or have those opportunities, sometimes you'll never know. So I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. I can't wait to see where else we go from here. It's a movie this time. Next thing you know, we got our own TV show. Who knows?
Hey, man.
That's right. Speak it.
Words
have power. You doing right. Speak it into the atmosphere because words have power. So
there you go.
Amen. Next thing you know, I might be coming out with my own 3D animated video under Tim G Studios or something. Who knows? Already got the music for it. I make that too. If you want to stream it, Tim G
I told you to do a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a ball. We just had a ball working together. Yeah, and we're excited that the movie comes out on Juneteenth. And this is our 20th year anniversary of the opening of the movie, of the stage play version that started in 2002. Now we're launching it as a movie in 2022. So 20 years later, it becomes a movie. And it's so exciting that we have a holiday, Juneteenth. And in 2002, I wrote a scene where the slaves created the holiday of Juneteenth. This was in 2002. And now we have a holiday. Okay. So we're excited to launch it on Juneteenth, on the weekend, federal holiday. We got streaming platforms. They can always go to our YouTube channel, $1 at a time productions. Log in, subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can go on and keep in touch with you. We've got Vimeo coming, so you can go online on your TV, on your laptop, on your cell phone, on your computer, and Black House channel, which will be launching. They've got so many, platforms that you can watch the movie on. So it's so exciting that it's going to be out there for the world.
Okay. So who is Miss Angela down here?
Angela Kirks, are you here with us? Okay.
She's here.
Angela.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Angela has been
hear me?
for a while too.
Yes, we hear you.
Angela.
Angela has been in a couple of our plays too. She's been with us going up and down the road, different cities we've done. When God Calls, You Answer. And I think, did you do 40 Acres Who Stole the Mule also? Or just
I did not. No.
Okay. Yeah. When God
I only did When God Calls, Who Answers.
Okay. Yeah, and she was a sexy secretary. That was a really good. She loved that role, and now she's playing a serious role. She plays 2 roles in this movie. Awesome, and she cries too. You're gonna love her. Angela, tell us about your experiences in now becoming a movie star.
Wow, it's just amazing. Like, it's surreal to me because it's something that I've always wanted to do. And for it to happen as late in life as it did, I didn't think it would. So it's amazing to me. And I just feel so good to be a part of it. I'm really glad that Mike gave me the opportunity to do this. And I want to thank him. I have not even thanked him for inviting me to be in that stage play. That was amazing. I was just coming to see rehearsals, and then I ended up being a character. So it's amazing. He's an amazing man, and I'm thankful for him. And the whole cast, like I love you guys.
We
I
love
miss you
you
too. I can't wait
too.
till we start another project, so we could just have some more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been quite an experience. It's something I've always wanted to do. Like when I was in high school, I never could get in the drama classes because they were always full. So I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thankful and happy and amazed.
Thank you. Y'all gonna love her in the scenes too. I mean, the whole cast is just wonderful. I'm just so excited that we got a good group of people. We had no personality issues at all. I mean, it was like, coming and I tell people, you want to be able to come to work with your family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not work. It's just having fun. You don't want to come to work and
Right.
it's like, somebody's got an attitude. Somebody thinks they're better than someone else. Someone's challenging someone else. We didn't have any of that. It was all, hey, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do to help out? Let's do this. Let's do this. It was just chipping in.
Mhm.
I mean, because this experience was, I mean, I've got a 20-year background in doing stage plays,
Mm-hmm.
but this was my first movie also. So I was learning a lot from, and I had a great crew from the assistant director to the camera person and the grips. We had so many people that helped out, and it gave me the ability to allow me to do what I love doing, which is teaching. And that's what this movie is all about. I'm so excited that we have the ability to teach the world about what our power lies in knowing who we are as African people. Once you begin to love and know yourself, once you truly know that you are a king and a queen, then you act differently. And I heard something that Steve Harvey said that is so important, that he said, you need to first one day get a plane flight of first class. Once you get first class, you don't want to go back again. You will do anything and everything in your power to get in first class. You get food, you get to spread out, you get to be better on a plane. And it's once you step out and do something that no one else has done, you don't want to go back to where you were. And that's what led me, when I did my first play in 2002 and sold out by God's grace, that led me to continue. I wasn't going to give it up.
So
And
your other 3 plays, are you doing movies for those also?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. When God Calls, We Answer, we did in 2018. And I was actually working for 2 years to put together a tour of that play with celebrities. But you know what happened in 2020?
COVID.
Everything, stage plays dried up completely. Nobody wanted to be in the theater with people coughing and sneezing. That's like a gunshot.
Right.
Like, get me out of here. So I decided to take the play Never Again, because people were asking me, and I was looking up, we're now in a Black History Me Too movement, because now we're in, with all of the social unrest and racial unrest in America, with what cops are doing, with what the politicians are doing, with what all the things are going on, from critical race theory and all the things that we need to learn about so we can fight against all the things, our rights, from voting rights and all the things are going away. And if we don't know about them, we'll be back in that same situation again. And that's where Never Again comes so important, that we need to fight and know who we are. Once we know who we are, we can love ourselves. Once you can truly love that God made you from light skin, dark skin, long hair, we can love yourself, then you could take it to the next level. Take care of home first. Once you can take care of your home, take care of your own family. Then you could take care of our neighbors. Many of us aren't there yet because we don't even know that we were kings and queens. And if you knew you're a king, you would not walk around with your pants down. You would not allow men to disrespect you just because they're paying for you. You are a queen, my sister. You are a king, my brother. And once you know that, you walk with your head high. And that's what we're trying to do with this message. We're trying to awaken us and know that our power, it lies in knowing who we are. And I'm so excited and blessed that my crew.
Yes, it's
allowed
very
me-
exciting.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So one
Here.
is called When God Calls, Will You Answer?
Yeah, well, the first one was Never Again.
Never
The
Again.
second one was 40 Acres, Who Stole the Mule?
Okay.
And that one toured from 2006 to 2009, many Georgia, South Carolina cities. We didn't make your city yet.
Well,
But
actually,
we're
I'm in
going-
Kentucky, but I'm from Mississippi. So
Okay. Kentucky's kind of up there.
yeah, it
But
is.
we're going to get there. We're going to get there soon. But
We
40
already one step closer. We already on the Lampo show.
There you go. We didn't
Right.
Yeah, but 40 Acres,
So
Who Stole
true.
the Mule is going to be the next movie that we are going to be putting together. And so cast, get ready. Because we're going to start
We're ready. Look, we're ready.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Look, we're
We're
ready.
ready.
Yes,
We're
sir.
ready.
Be ready.
So ready.
And I got a grandma in every movie.
So you guys can find him on Facebook and on YouTube. $1 a day productions.
$1 at a time.
$1 at a time productions. Okay. Look, I'm
It can be more than one a day. It could be like $1 million if y'all want to donate $1 million today. We'll take it. We don't turn it down. We might not donate all of it to the charity. Some might have to go back into the business. Me and Mike gonna talk. But I'm just saying.
$1 at a time productions. And you spell the word one out. So you guys go subscribe to his channel, like his pages on Facebook, support our cast. I said our cast. Y'all caught that, right?
That's right.
Support our
That's
cast.
right.
We claim it. We accept it.
That's right. So yeah. So is there anything else you want to tell us about, Mr. Michael?
Well, like I said, just pray for us. We'll be launching this movie Juneteenth, and then we'll be starting the next ones. We'll be putting out more streaming platforms. We're making contracts with more now. We'll be having those available, but if they go to our YouTube channel, they can keep up with what streaming platforms. So we'll be doing a lot of interviews, trying to get our name out there, letting people know that we're here. And just keep praying for us, keeping us uplifted, because this journey isn't about us. It's about our Heavenly Father.
Yes. So how can one, if someone wants to audition for the other movies you're gonna do, how do they audition for those?
Well, they can go to my Facebook page, Mike Jones, or the $1 at a time. Or go to the $1 at a
Not
time.
the rapping
production.
Mike Jones. Now,
Yeah,
not the rapping
Mike
Jones.
Or they can call me.
He cool. We like him and everything, but you know, it's
Or
different.
they can just call me, simple as that, at 706-294-1152.
Well, you know I'm already ready, so hey.
There you go. We got
We
you.
already ready. I'm already ready. So
Like I said, first class.
right. But it has been a pleasure having you all on here.
Thank you.
I look forward to being on the scene with
Thank
you
you
guys.
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael, for
Thank
giving me
you.
the opportunity to interview you and your cast.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you all well in this endeavor. And I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
you all soon.
Thank you.
All
Bless
right.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
Bye.
All right.
See y'all
Have a
later.
nice night.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.